Well, friends, I'd like to welcome everybody to our call today. My name is Winder Lyons, and it is an extremely great pleasure for me to have Mr. Craig Dalley on the line with us. Craig is the relatively new sales manager at Touchstone Essentials. And howdy, sir. I'm glad to have a chance to chat with you.
Well, thank you, Winder. Appreciate the invitation. It's good to be with you. It's been just over 1 year now that I've been here. I can't believe it's been that long at this point, but it's been just over 1 year.
You know, let me just ask a few questions about your background, because other than the posters in the post office, I've not seen your
my mug.
You were for over 20 years the sales manager with a very large and prosperous and well-run company, and so you're somewhat known in the industry. I sort of thought when you came over to Touchstone, based on your background and your history, you could have pretty much written your ticket to go anywhere. And I was extremely impressed that you came with us. And I'm frankly quite curious as to why you did that. And maybe that's a good place to start.
Yeah, that's a great place to start. Thank you. I was the vice president of sales at that company, and frankly loved the company that I was with. But there were changes that had happened, and not to say that all changes were bad. They just weren't necessarily the best for me, right? And so I decided to make the decision to leave, and I joined Touchstone Essentials. First of all, I joined Touchstone Essentials. I was introduced to our founder and CEO, Eddie Stone, by a friend of mine who I trust, a friend in the industry, and he introduced me to Eddie. And one of the first things he said that he mentioned was his great integrity, and that stood out to me. You don't often, have somebody talk about somebody and just right off the bat mention their great integrity. So I perked up and took notice of that. And then as I started interviewing with Eddie, I could tell that integrity was important to him just through the questions he asked. And then as I came on to Touchstone Essentials, he obviously integrity is a big deal. I wasn't thinking about it at this time, but I called and talked to the top leaders and said, "What do you love most about Touchstone Essentials?" And they said, integrity, integrity, integrity. Almost everyone mentioned Eddie Stone's integrity and the integrity of the company. But so that was very intriguing to me from the very beginning. But when you're with a publicly traded company, sometimes those publicly traded companies, they have to make decisions for the quarter, to meet numbers for the quarter, and sometimes they're not the best decisions. So one of the things I loved about the company that I was with for so long is that it was family run, family owned, at least as far as the board goes and the decisions that were made. And I missed that. I was looking for a company that was family owned, that was mission driven. Sometimes you get multiple organizations owning a company, and sometimes they lose the mission. So I was really looking for family owned, mission driven, passionate, and experienced CEO with integrity. So that's kind of where it all started.
So let me just clarify for everybody. You were with a company that had been family owned and then made the transition to being publicly traded.
Well, they were family owned, then transitioned to publicly traded. That was a long time ago, but they contained and maintained control of the company. It was when they lost control of the company that it was more difficult for them to make the decisions that they wanted to make, and other minds and other influences came in, and so it lost the passion and the mission that it originally had with the family.
All right, let me ask this just as a little more background. When you started as vice president of sales way back 20 odd years ago, what were the basic revenues of that company, and where did they get to with their high point? Just to give people a little perspective on you and your impact on sales.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a hard one to say. But when I started back in 1993, we were about $100 million company, and grew
It's an
to,
annual sales.
yeah, annual sales grew to over 400 million, somewhere in that range.
And you left that to come here.
Yes.
You know, that's really fascinating because, you know, you didn't have to do that. You're set there, right? You could have just kept on. But I think what I heard you say a few minutes ago was your integrity led you away from that and over here. Now, you have something that people in this industry rarely have: experience with a company that is that large. Okay, now if you're looking at coming to Touchstone, what was it over here? I mean, I got it that it's the integrity. That's the foundation of everything, and we completely agree on that. But what else does it take to interest Craig Dalley in leaving that kind of situation for something that is maybe going to be that? What'd you see here?
Yeah, so in addition to the integrity, because that was really the foundation, right? It's got to all be built on integrity. The culture's got to be right, and you have to make sure that the culture's right, that people are focused in the right way. And I knew that it was focused in the right way when I could see the passion of the CEO and the mission-driven passion that came out of every conversation we had with Eddie. So I could see that that the mission and the culture was in the right place. But you have to, when you're really looking at a company, right, and you're going to marry this company, you're going to be with this company hopefully until retirement. You know, and if you're looking from the field perspective, you're going to be with it forever through retirement, right? So you've got to really think it through, and you've got to know what company you're joining, and you've got to make sure certain things were in place. So as I started looking at it, I could see that there's a few things. We're well positioned to capitalize on modern trends. We have products that people are looking for right now. There's never been a time where there's been greater awareness of whole food nutrition. And we've got a hero product that people love, that gets results. So the fact that we've got a hero product we can lead with, right, and really attract attention with, and then the backup products, I hate to call them backup products, but the other products in the line are products that people are looking for. Some of the top searches on Google are the products that we have. When I understood the products, you got to make sure the products are in place. Those products were fantastic, and I could see that. There's so many other things. I think, you know, one of the things that maybe the field doesn't look at that corporate employees do look at a little bit more is the stuff on the back end. And this is really important. If you've got systems that are in place, you've got products that are in place, and you've got the culture and the integrity in place, that's great. But the back end infrastructure has to work, right, for hyper growth. So when we talk about the back end infrastructure, we're talking about things like the fact that we need to be able to pay people in 60 different countries, right? We're in 60 countries. We've got to be able to pay them. We have to have a compensation plan that is seamless. The company I came from had multiple compensation plans throughout the world, which made it very difficult. So we've got a seamless compensation plan. We've got a seamless payment system. We've got a worldwide distribution system that allows us to ship products all over the world. We have cost-effective and free shipping options. That's almost unheard of in this industry. And so we have incredible opportunities, things that are out there that are in place on the back end that allow us to ultimately get into this hyper growth, this momentum that we're all looking for. So everything's in place. All the front end stuff, you know, the website looks great. The website works and functions great. It's simple so that anybody can do it. The products are where they should be and what they should be, but all the back end stuff is also in place. And Eddie's done a fantastic job just making sure that that back end stuff is in place so that we can experience hyper growth. So those are some of the things I looked at.
You know, I've been watching Eddie since the beginning, but 10 years ago with this, and he has been tireless in getting everything ready for this explosion that seems to be imminent. Based on what, not for me, I looked at the same kinds of things. Now, in hindsight, I look, all the major, the department heads that were here at the beginning are all still here.
Yeah.
How often do you find that in this business where people are still in place 10, 12 years later?
Yeah, it's rare. It
It
really
is.
is rare because people are looking to jump. But when you're with a company that you love, that you're passionate about, where you can grow and you know things are working well, you just don't leave, and you've got retention. The company can retain people. So it's very, very rare. And the reason you see that is because of the way things are set up and the way the leadership is. Eddie has an incredible management style, and he's just a good person. The culture is here. So beyond all the monetary reasons for being with a company, right? Everything's got to be in place, and it comes down to corporate culture, and we've got it here. And that's what I was looking for.
Do you think that this has the potential to be a $400 million a year company?
Oh, more. This is a multiple billion-dollar company. I call it a legacy company, and I say that because a lot of companies in our industry are not set up to go the long haul, and they don't have the foresight, they don't have the expertise to go the long haul and become a billion-dollar company. This company is that. This company is a legacy company, and it's not just because of the products, although the products are important and the products are that important to this program and this business. They are the best, and I don't know a product that is better than what we offer. So the product's important, but it's really all the back end stuff. It's the culture, it's the integrity, it's the leadership, and the back end infrastructure. I can't stress that enough. It's in place and it's ready to go, and that is what is going to propel this to be a billion-dollar company ultimately.
Although a lot of us who've been around the industry for a while have been in situations where companies went out of business or became toxic, or and that's absolutely what I love about this, is that I know who's involved, and I know I will never have to worry about skeletons popping out of closets and biting my business in the butt, so to speak. This is just a peach of a deal in every direction. You have most companies have what they call the tip of the spear, a product that will drive the marketplace. We have a trident. We have the zeolites, we have the CBD line, and we have the most incredible nutritionals I've ever seen.
Right.
And that it's a very powerful thing. And the fact that every area that I look at in the company is as strong as every other area. The comp plan is as strong in its realm as the products are in there, as customer service is in there, as the ability to deliver checks and on time and product, et cetera, is. Everything is just primed, poised, and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no question. And that comes from leadership. Eddie's been in the industry for over 30 years. He started out as a distributor, built that to a 7-figure income. He was not just a distributor, he was a very successful distributor, right? And he was able to transition that success into the corporate side. And he brought that experience from the field side, and he succeeded on the corporate side, started Touchstone Essentials, and he's got that experience from both the corporate and the field side. That makes us incredibly unique. I don't know other CEOs out there that have had the kind of field experience that Eddie Stone has had. And ultimately, if you're going to succeed in this business, your field has to succeed. They have to be excited. They've got to have the tools. They've got to have the know-how, the training. They've got to have the products. Eddie Stone knows how to deliver that. And that's why we're successful. Really, it really all starts from leadership at the top.
Well, this company's growing at over 400% a year. That's pretty substantive. When you start doing that multiplication thing, what's it going to look like in 5 years? It's just astounding.
Yeah. We grew over 400% last year. We're on track. Boy, we're almost at the end of the year, on the end of the year now, and we're on track to grow 400% on top of the 400% last year. So we're having incredible growth right now. And while we've hit that great growth, we still haven't hit what I would call momentum, right? Where it just leaps and bounds 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000%, and beyond. I mean, we are on track to get there. We are really on track to get there. We think that we're going to double again by summer, and then at least double again by the following Christmas. So we're excited about where we're going, and that is momentum. But it really is on the cusp, on the very verge of momentum. And so I tell everybody I know, get involved now. There is not a better opportunity out there than Touchstone Essentials right now.
Exactly right. Exactly right. This is, for those who've been around the industry, who like network marketing, who are professionals that really get it, that, this is about giving and helping. There is not a better time nor a better place. And for those of us who have been through momentum with other companies, what a ride. What fun it is when things start hitting that explosive growth phase. And I agree with you. I think that's right where we are. At least it sure has been the case in my team. Just as an example, what you're talking about, 18 months ago, my group volume was 100,000 a month. And last month it was almost 720,000. 18 months later, that's just, it just blows my mind. Now, what's going to happen a year from now? It's exciting to think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you're going to see major changes between now and summertime. So watch that check of yours go up between now and summer. We're excited about the growth and where things are going. And one of the reasons why I think that we're growing so well is not just the fact that we have great products, but we've got products that people want. But in addition to that, we keep it really, really simple. We've got a system, right, for winning back your health, that we call Detox, Build, and Balance. And it's our product platform. And it's that simple. There's a lot of people that come into health and wellness and they don't know what to do. They don't know where to start. How do I recommend a product? Well, we keep it that simple. 3-step process: detox, build, balance. We detox with zeolite, we build with superfoods, and we balance with CBD. It's that simple. Anybody can do this, and everybody needs the products that we share. So your market is the world. So we keep it that simple, and we make it available to everybody. And that's one of the reasons we're growing so quickly.
That's as powerful as anything I've ever heard in this business in the however long it's been since I've been full time. I mean, that is, going on.
How long has it been?
40 some odd years that
Wow.
I've been doing this.
Full time doing this.
Yeah, almost.
And Winder, let me ask you a question. You've been doing this with other companies. How does Touchstone compare with other companies that you've worked with?
There is nothing in the world that would entice me away from here. I don't care how much money is involved.
Yeah. So even if you're still not making what you were with other companies, you wouldn't leave here because of what you've got and the potential that you could see.
No, I've already been offered other things and other situations and turned them down. And I turn everything down because I'm not interested. This lacks nothing.
Yeah.
There is nothing that isn't already here. Now, what else could you possibly want? And the earning potential, I mean, listen, I have really, now just to have a little bit of truth here, for the last 4 years or so, I've really been sort of retired, or as my family says, retired it. And with that incredible growth that happened with me hardly participating, what in the world is going to happen if I become unretired, which I have now done, and really start kicking this? I don't think I've ever had the earning potential in any company I've ever been in that compares or matches what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've experienced some great growth. And I know you shared with me what your check has done just in the last little bit. And that's pretty exciting. And as you mentioned, without really the work you did to earn that check was done a while ago, right? And then other people are starting to catch up. So that's the exciting thing about this business.
Yeah, it's been the most fun thing just to watch. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me, I'm a little slow, but I get there eventually. What could we really do? So I'm going to really do it and see, because I actually think this is, for me, now this is just my personal thing, it's really a mission. I mean, I think that the real plague of our age is toxicity, and we have the answer. And then once you unburden your body and you add the right nutrition to get you energized, and then you balance it so that you can reboot to blueprint, it's like getting back to homeostasis, then everything reflects that. Everything follows. I could rant and go on for a long time, but this is fantastic.
If you were to point out one thing that you like most about Touchstone Essentials and the opportunity, what would it be?
Well, we already talked about the integrity, but we have the thing that can handle the most serious problem facing every human on the planet these days. There are doctors and scientists out there that I have heard world-renowned people say that 80 to 90% of every illness, every disease, every condition starts with toxicity, is caused by toxicity. And we have, without doubt, hands down, the finest, easiest, simplest, least expensive, less intrusive way of dealing with that, with this inert mineral that we have. And that's the place to begin. Everything builds from there.
You know what? I like what you said. You made it really clear that it's simple, it's mild, it's not intrusive, because there's so many detox products out there that are intrusive, right? You feel them as the body, kind of like herbal detoxes, for example. And I'm very familiar with herbal detoxes and how they make you feel. You can feel it as the body kind of is reintroduced to those toxins it's pulling out of the body as it goes through. And you don't have that with this product.
Yeah, no, this is really spectacular. People don't understand the power of zeolite. This inert mineral that cannot absorb. All it is just liquid flypaper for toxins, and you drink it. That's it. And it's out of your system in 4 to 6 hours. It's just, that's the miracle. That's the starting point for me. And then you add on I have these world-class nutritionals, and I challenge anybody out there in the world, anywhere, find something comparable that's not twice as expensive.
Yeah.
And then the CBD is the balance. We have to have cannabinoids, or we just cannot function optimally. And this is the best version of those I've ever seen.
Yeah, one of the things I loved right when I got here, Eddie sent me some products to try, right? And they came in glass bottles.
Amen.
Who sells product in glass bottles anymore? It just doesn't happen. That shows the commitment right there that this company has to making sure that they're doing it right. And the other thing I love, you turn that bottle over and you read the ingredients, and guess what? You understand what every one of those ingredients are. I think you can compare this product, then the product ingredients, with any other product out there, and you walk away, yep, it's better. Yep, this is better. Yep, this is better. It's just clear. And we have the most pure product I've ever seen. Really, it's true.
And cheaper. Eddie made a decision to keep the price point down to serve. And I've talked to guys that helped him put this company together, and he changed their lives by his not buying into the typical MLM thing of marking everything up and lowering the quality of the ingredients. He's taking less margins to keep it better quality, and will never change.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here. I just love this.
And that's why these products get results. And that's so important. I mean, if you want to have a company that lasts, that stays around, you've got to have a product that gets results. And that's why we have results. It's pure, it's clean. They're whole plant-based foods, right? Whole plant compounds. The body knows what to do with those. It utilizes every ounce of it. You get all those phytonutrients out of it, and the body ultimately gets results because of it. So yeah, it's done well, done right.
Well, this is a brilliant conversation, sir. I've really enjoyed my time with you. Any final thing you'd like to add before we shut it down for the day?
Yeah, one quick thing that really sets us apart, that $50 gift card. There is nothing like it. It's one thing to have great products. It's another thing to have a compensation plan that pays you. But I've never seen an easier system ever. You've got an app in your hand. You just share good things to let people know you've got something really cool, and you follow up and say, hey, would you like to try it? I've got $50 for free, right? I mean, there's not a better, more simple system for sharing what we have. So when you've got great products, a great pay system, and a simple way to share, it's all here.
I'm going to jump on that point just for a second, because over the last years that I've been doing this, one of the things that I have noticed is that shy people generally are not as available to participate in the business side as they could be. And I think we have answered that as a problem, because the phone app is point and click, and it does everything that you need to do, and it tells you when someone has looked at what you've sent. It's just the simplest, most profoundly, I'm just running out of words to talk about how great that is.
Yeah. Super, super simple and easy to use. And like you said, even if you're shy, it's easy to use, right?
Yep.
And the same thing with the gift card. I think the gift card tears down all of the barriers that you traditionally have, right? I mean, if I'm nervous to approach somebody about an opportunity, guess what? I'm offering them $50. I'm confident. I'm emboldened because I get to give you $50 of this incredible product. And on the other end, if they're shy to try a new product, oh, he's giving me free product. Of course I'll try it, right? It tears down all the barriers that most companies have. And it makes this sharing so simple, so easy. The building of your business and your opportunity becomes like nothing I've ever seen before.
I agree, 100%. That's just absolutely perfect. Well, that was a great ad. Got any more?
No, that's about it. I'm sure over time we'll discover some more we want to share.
And we're done with you then. Craig Dalley, what a brilliant conversation, sir. And
hey, thank you.
On behalf of everybody here, are you guys going to hit the road again soon? Because I saw you and Eddie recently in Joplin, Missouri, and it was a wonderful presentation.
We are. We're hitting the road. There's going to be a series of meetings happening throughout the country. The ones that there's going to be a couple that Eddie and I will be at. Eddie and I will be at one in Birmingham, Alabama. That's in February 8th. We're going to be in Yuma, Arizona on January the 25th. I will be, and Eddie won't be there, but I'll be on the 18th in Tyler, Texas, the 19th in Houston, Texas. This is of January, and the 20th in Arlington, Texas. And I know that there are some VBOs that are doing some other meetings beyond that, but those that I will be at and Eddie will be at are the ones I just mentioned.
Notice that you're keeping it a little south during the winter. That's pretty smart.
Makes sense, right? But yeah, if you've got people there, we'll advertise these so you'll know where they're at, and we'd love to have you send anybody you'd like to have come.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, sir. It's been a brilliant conversation. I really enjoyed my time with you, and I look forward to seeing you down the line.
All right. Thanks, Winder. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.